So you want to be a content creator, but the question is, are you actually cut out to be one? Now it's easy to look at my sub count and think, hey, what does this guy know? So stick around and I might just surprise you. I myself am on Reddit an awful lot, probably too much, and what I see on Reddit all the time is the same thing. How do I grow on YouTube? How do I grow on Twitch? Which is the better streaming platform? Should I use Twitch to stream and should I use YouTube to go and build my audience offline? Should I use TikTok? And so on and so forth. And I see it all and I reply the same messages all the time and I get, wow, that's fantastic advice. Wow, why didn't I think of that? Wow, what can I do? So I thought, do you know what? I'm just going to make a video about it. It's not on my current niche of gaming, but I do think it's something that will help a lot of people out there. When you hit go live on stream, what are you doing? Are you thinking, I'm going to just go and play some Call of Duty and I'm going to go and hit go live? What are you offering the viewer that they're not going to be able to recreate themselves or get somewhere else? What are you offering? Because here is the brutal facts. When you hit go live, you need to offer something that no one else is offering. No one else at all. Let's establish a goal, all right? The best evidence I have got of this, and I'll put it up on the screen now, comes from December when I did what was by far my best stream on Twitch ever. And it was the day I decided to take YouTube serious as well. So as you'll see, I get my face painted by my wife and I am slowly transformed from me into the Grinch. It was a long process, it took a lot of time and it wasn't something that came around overnight. So what is the purpose of being the Grinch? Well, first of all, let's look at the actual short itself. The short itself tells the story of me going through a transformation and becoming the Grinch. You can see a start and end result, and to some people that is what they might call satisfying content. Why is it satisfying? Because you see the story come through. So you have the start, me looking like this, the middle, me being painted, and finally, me being full on Grinchified. And at the end is a subtle little hint to my stream. To accompany this short was another short that went out, and this also went down very, very well on YouTube. Not as well as the first short, but it still did very well for my small channel at the time. My channel, which had 12 subscribers, which were mostly old college friends or whatever, jumped to 60 in one night. And I started to think, what can I do to build on this? How can I fit this into my niche? But why was the Grinch stream so successful? Well, to put simple, it was well advertised. But apart from it being well advertised, it was offering a handful of unique things. So, first of all, what was it offering that was unique? I was an idiot dressed as the Grinch, right? During Christmas time, how festive can you get? 2, the thing it was also offering is the onion that I held up in the second short was not just for effect. No. Anyone who knows the Grinch will have known that he ate onions. This is where the forfeit in my game came in. Every time I died, I had to bite into this huge, awful, raw red onion. Live on stream, and this provided comedic value. It also provided a sense of suspense. Like if I was at a close call during a fight, like, oh, is he gonna die? Is he gonna die? Like, people are like sitting on the edge of the seat, like, am I gonna die now? And then I'm gonna have to bite this onion? Or am I gonna get away with it? And it's gonna be like, oh, he did it. But at the same time, he's slightly gutted because you wanted to watch me cry as I gagged and choked on an onion. So I did that, not just for the Grinch stream, but I also did it for Jack Skeleton stream. And the Jack Skeleton stream seen some results, but not the same level of results. And I think that's just to do with the Grinch possibly being more popular than Jack Skeleton. Or maybe even just to do with the fact that Jack Skeleton could possibly be seen as more Halloween over the Grinch, who was seen as Christmas. Who knows? Both streams did very, very well for my size of audience. Up until that time, I had only had 2 to 3 people watching me per stream. So we've already said that anyone can go live and anyone can do the same old boring repetitive content. So what did I personally do differently? Well, It wasn't for everyone, but here's what I did. I used to play World of Warcraft Classic, and in World of Warcraft you will find dungeons that typically are 5-player. So I would go into these dungeons solo, and I went on to do this for the next 5 or 6, I can't remember exactly, dungeons, and they did get a little bit of a following. So moving on into the regular, frequently asked questions of the subreddit, of Twitch and YouTube. What can I do? What can make me more entertaining? The thing is what you don't want to hear is the thing that I'm about to tell you is going to be information that you've heard so many times and you're going to hate it, but it's what works. But here's how I do it different. I prepare jokes. I like to have at least 10 jokes to have on hand that I can use during my stream. Granted, I may not use them, but at least I've got them. 2. I talk. I talk about absolutely anything, and I try to do this as much as I can. I know it's hard, it really is hard if you've got a Twitch stream and there's no viewers, or the viewers that you've got are just lurking and they're not talking, and you've got to keep this continuous pace of being entertaining. That can be difficult. Alright, so the other thing you're going to hear is use social medias. You're not going to like this, alright? You probably don't like this. I see constant Reddit posts of, how do I convert my TikTok people into YouTube people or Twitch people? And the simple fact is this. People are lazy. If they are on TikTok, that's because they enjoy TikTok. That is their social media of choice. If they are on Instagram, that is because Instagram is their social media of choice. Facebook, the same thing. Twitch to YouTube conversion, same thing. People have their things they like and they stick to them. And you might get some conversion, you may get some obligational follows. Maybe people are just so invested in you they think, oh yeah, do you know what, I'll go drop a sub on this guy's channel and maybe I'll check it out every now and again. But you're not going to get consistency from these people because that is not their media of choice. Saying that is not their media of choice though, there is one source of social media that I have discovered that has the best conversion rate of all. So if you were to go onto Twitter and you were to make a brand new account and just start posting, but you can't post, I can't emphasize this enough, you can't just post Twitch links, YouTube links, you can't do that. If you are on that media, you need to build an audience on that media. You need to appeal to the people, to the algorithm of that media. If say you do finally get someone to take an interest in your channel and all they do is click on you and they find a list of links to various YouTube videos, various I'm going live links, it just looks to a viewer who doesn't know you yet like a desperate attempt for you to get a new viewer. There's nothing actually on that media page for them. So they're going to click off you and they're not going to think about you again. So how do you stop that? How do you repurpose content to suit other places? I've tried this and I have been somewhat successful in it, but I'm only a small streamer and I think the more I do it, the more practice I get at it and the more growth I will see in it. But the fact is, if you're not doing this, then you're missing out. Like, what are you doing? I'm on Twitch, I'm live, but I'm also recording, okay? I'm going to take snippets of both and I'm going to fuse them together into a YouTube video. I am then going to see what of this content can I then cut up. Alright, so I'm going to take this snippet here, I'm going to make that into a YouTube short / TikTok video / Instagram reel. You with me? I'm then going to post that on Monday. I'm going to take this other snippet that I've got and I'm going to post that 48 hours later, depending on the platform. I'm going to take this other final snippet from my video and I'm going to upload that somewhere else another day, okay? I personally don't like posting videos on Twitter. I don't think it's great. So I might do a poll on Twitter. So my most recent video was about Professor Black. And I basically asked if people felt that Professor Black was fairly represented in the game. Now, I didn't get a single reaction to the poll, but people viewed it, right? And although there was no reaction to it, which was actually a little bit disheartening, people still viewed it. And the majority of my external link views from Twitch, and YouTube come from Twitter. So even though they're not actually interacting with the post, they're interacting with the link. And by far, across any other media that I've got, that is where they come from. Sometimes I have people jump into my Twitch chat and I'll say to them, hey, if you don't mind me asking, where did you find the link? And 100% of the time, they have replied with Twitter, even though the same link has gone onto TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, you name it, it's out there, not a single click. Every time someone clicks, it's Twitter. Sadly, there is no one-size-fits-all solution here. And actually, at least for Twitch, the best thing you can do is network. You've got to throw out as many fishing poles as you can when you're trying to build your stream. You really have. So when you go live, throw all those links around. Just on the medias in between, make sure you're posting something so you don't look like a desperate streamer. In addition to that, get to know people within your niche. Or maybe even if they're not in your niche. Like I'm on Twitch, I'm very good friends with a guy from a channel called Normal Sunseed Pass, and I'll put a link to his Twitch down in the description. And he does stuff that's well out of my niche, but he's a good guy and we support each other. And by having that relationship, it has helped me see a little bit of growth, because people have like seen me, chatted to me in his chat, and they've decided to come and investigate me and see what I'm about. And equally, there's been people from my chat who've gone over to his. So if you can nurture and build these relationships, Twitch really is your best tool for growth. But if you're just hitting going live with some lame ass title like, we're chilling tonight boys, yeah. As a viewer, why should I click you? And it's easy for these bigger streamers to literally throw up that kind of title if they want. But to some extent, they deserve to. They deserve to have a chill stream because they've already put in the work a lot of the time. There is some lazy creators out there who literally got there by sheer luck, whatever it was that they did. You know, we can't all hop into a coffee shop or do a regurgitated dance from a Netflix TV show. But we also can't be lazy. The reason my stream never took off again after Christmas is because I lost the ideas. And because I lost the ideas, I kind of lost the work ethic. It's not that I don't want to put in the work, it's I didn't know how to. I didn't know how to build. And the reality is, that's what you need to do. You need to keep those ideas coming. And then probably the most disheartening fact of all is this. And this is what I'll leave you with. 20,000 people viewed my going live short. Whether it was on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever. 20,000 people viewed it worldwide. Less than 1% clicked to watch my stream. When you consider that 20,000 people have seen it, I had a cap of 22 people watching me, and I had the lowest of 4 people watching me, and a grand overall total of 142. That has been seen by 20,000 people, and I put in all that effort. How do you think you're going to get anywhere with just hitting go live and hoping for it? It doesn't work. So there it is, guys. Some brutal truth. I suppose if you're just starting, you need to now ask yourself if you're actually up to it. Because the reality is there's about 500 uploads to YouTube a minute. Is it? Something stupid like that? There's thousands of people live on Twitch at a time. What makes you stand out if you're just chilling? And with that, guys, I am V. This wasn't my usual content. I will be back to doing my usual stuff. But I just thought, you know, I've seen this stuff on Reddit so much and I'm replying the same stuff. I'd rather just throw them a link to a video, because I think people need to hear it from someone of their level who could have been better, in my personal opinion. I had the formula. I had the numbers, but I let it go. And there's a lesson. If you're not willing to be consistent, you don't deserve to be big.